All right, I want to welcome everybody back to What Do You Think? The show where your opinion matters. I have a couple of stories here where you guys should share your opinion. Racism is alive and well, and especially between the last 2 years, there are more stories surfacing about racism. We have a couple of stories here to go over. The first story is about a boy with autism that was in a restaurant with his caretaker, and he happened to say the wrong word, which was the N word, in front of a black gentleman, and the black gentleman was, he decided he wanted to record him because he wanted to have documentation of what was going on, and confronted. He thought that the caretaker was the child's mom, but regardless of who she was, he was upset that he had said the N word, and he tried to explain to her that, hey, that's not cool. The second one, is a notorious story about an employee at Cinnabon who went into a racist tirade. I do believe there was a word thrown at her. It wasn't a racial word, but I do believe it was a word thrown at her. We'll go through that video and critique it. Then, of course, the thing with MichaelBJordan and I don't want to murder his name, Delroy Lindo. I do believe that's his name. They were their characters in Sinners, and they were presenting an award when it was an outburst from a gentleman in the audience with supposed Tourette's syndrome. Then the last story is, of course, about Donald Trump's administration supposedly leaking this video with the Obamas as apes. I'm on the fence with the last one because, they were leaning that was a fake tweet. So I'm kind of leaning toward that might be fake. But either way, it's out there. Let's go through the stories and just, like I said, let's give it some criticism on what we think and how we feel about the disease part with the Tourette's and the autism. And then, the woman from Cinnabon supposedly having PTSD. And let's just go through the videos one by one.
Make sure you tell your son to watch his mouth. He's using derogatory terms.
He's not my son.
Well, whoever he is.
He is a special needs.
Well,
You cannot make him stop.
He can stop saying that. How did he learn the word?
He learned it from people at school.
So why he
His
using
family
it?
doesn't talk like that.
So why he using it against other people?
He's special needs, sir.
But he
You
knows.
understand that?
So why he knows to call me? Come on, man, get out of here. You on camera.
You don't understand.
I don't
He
need to
has a
understand.
genetic disorder.
But he's smart enough
His
to
brain
know.
is not right.
But he knows where to use the word
Okay,
at and
leave me alone.
who to use it to.
Leave me alone.
Then get out of here.
I didn't say anything. I said Mickey Mouse.
I said midget.
Okay, so we stopped it right there. So the young man's name was William. And he's a young man, but he's 22 years old. He just looks like a kid. I thought he was a kid. And he ended up calling the man the N-word, but William claims that he had said Mickey Mouse. How do you decipher the N-word from Mickey Mouse? I don't know. But let's continue with what happened with William and his father. They tried to issue a apology, and I'm not sure if it was heartfelt or serious or whatever. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I'm not going to judge. But I want you guys to see what happened with that particular apology.
Good morning, everyone. This is not your typical upbeat, happy video. William, unfortunately, used the N-word several times in talking to a wonderful, sweet assistant teacher who just loves William to death, and she happens to be...
So I guess this is the second time he's done it.
And we love her to death. She helps take care of William very well at school, and for some reason, William uses the N-bomb, the N-word,
Uh-oh.
when he talks to her, and I don't know what to do. Anyway, we've got this letter of apology that William's sister helped write for the teacher, and William signed it as best he could.
Who did it?
Your sister wrote this. William,
When?
William, do you understand how nasty that is?
Yeah.
We don't tolerate that in this household.
Yeah.
It is just not nice to use the N-word, okay? Especially when you're talking to a sweet, wonderful assistant teacher who takes good care of you.
Yeah.
What happened, William? You were doing so well. What happened? Here, put
I
your
don't know.
hand.
It's doing so good.
And because the principal, Mr. Lee, texted me and told me he had to file a formal complaint against you.
What does that mean?
That means he wrote you up.
Where is it?
And he should have for what you did.
Where is it?
Mr. Runyon wrote you up.
Where is it now?
And he asked that we write this letter, and you're going to give this to your teacher when you go in, okay?
Where is it right
William,
now?
we can't tolerate that. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So all in all, in this story, I guess the little guy picked up the word somewhere, and I guess he felt like he should repeat it. A lot of people say that disability can make you do or hinder you from doing things. Your mind's not right, or whatever your portrayal is of right is. But what do you guys think? Do you think that this particular kid or guy, I'm sorry, has a wherewithal about what was going on? He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was saying. I don't know. I'm not going to judge. I don't know too much things about, disabilities and stuff. But what do you guys think? Let's just get your opinion on this. Let's move on to the next story, though.
You.
You racist.
You racist.
Racist? That's I am racist.
So idiot for
And
real.
you are an
You are an idiot. No,
I
I'm
am
not.
racist, and I'll say that to the whole entire world. Don't be disrespectful.
You ruin your life, by the way. Oh, talking about
Bye.
you talking about respect? You talking about respect? You are fired from this place, motherfucker. You're not gonna be working here.
Suck it.
Suck what? Look how you look like. What's wrong with you?
What the is wrong with you, you ugly bitch? Get the
Ugly?
Okay, now that we saw the video, let's talk about some things about that was going on with her. So there was a Somali couple or whatever, and they were going to the Cinnabon, and some incident occurred where there was some angry words between the two. And for some strange reason, she went, this girl, she's been identified as Crystal Wisely. I do believe that's her name. She went into a racial tyrant. I don't understand why you would call a Somali couple the N-word. Usually that's a reference, I hate to say it, towards black people. But anyway, however that go, she decided to hurl some racist N-word comments to the Somali couple. From my further research, the police came and they really, really gave her the business. If I can find the footage, I think I'm gonna add that on here to it, just so you guys can see what was the aftermath of this particular incident. But let's move on to the next video clip and the next story. So the next story is about the award ceremony that they had, the BAFTA Film Awards 2026. This just happened not too long ago. I do believe maybe it was possibly a couple of days or a week ago. This is with MichaelBJordan and Delroy Lindo. I hope I said his name right. They was presenting an award, and there was a gentleman in the audience named John Davidson, who happens to be an activist for Tourette syndrome, or a representative to further research about it. And while they were on stage, well, you know what? I'm not going to give it away. I'm just going to go ahead and play the video because it is extremely disturbing. And then we'll comment after. Let's just check it out.
Good evening. Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
Okay, so now that we've seen that, like I said before, activist John Davison was the one who threw that word out. Apparently he has Tourette's syndrome, and Tourette's is a neurological thing with issue with your brain where you can't help what you say. There are a lot of people who say that they're not accepting that, and the apology that was issued after the show, they're not accepting that. There were a lot of celebrities. I know Jamie Foxx was one of them, but this was a big issue only because of the importance of this award ceremony and, you know, having an audience of a wide variety. You're going to have people out there with this neurological issue. But what do you think? Do you think that this was a thing where, you know, it was controversial? It shouldn't have been done. It should have been measures to edit this out, perhaps. Let's actually, there was an apology issued about this. We could take a look at that, but let's see what's going on. Last but not least, it's the Obama video, the Trump tweet, and it pretty much speaks for itself. It's pretty wild. But after I play the video, that'll conclude the episode. I missed to see more clips, and